Hello, everybody.
Hey, hey, hey. Psychic Sundays.
It is Psychic Sundays, and I'm just doing my little wonderful tech stuff that I have to do.
Hey, everybody.
Okay, we'll have a producer doing this for us, right?
Happy July 21st. The 21st of July. How's that possible? You're back? You're good?
I'm good.
Hey, everyone. How are you? I am Psychic Medium Trance Channel Shaman Riz the Wiz.
And I am Lady O, Empath and Intuitive.
And this is Psychic Sundays.
Yes, it is.
So, just like about literally 20 minutes ago, I was saying to myself, how do we know? You know how they were talking about how some people believe that timelines stopped and started?
Right.
Like there are some people who have been saying that they remember something switched. They were having life was normal, and one day they woke up and something was slightly different.
Right.
And so now lots of people are telling these stories that they believe that a timeline got interrupted.
Oh.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I have timelines that get interrupted all the time.
No, I mean like they were living one particular life, and then something switched. Not the Mandela effect. That's something different.
So are you talking about like it's super drastic, like their identity, personality, their whole environment changes?
Some people say that. I just started watching a couple of videos on this, and I thought it was interesting because some people call it different things. So we were always talking about how this is a psychic reality, meaning that not that it's a hologram, but that we are creating this experience that we call life on Earth with these identities that we have. We've lived many, many lifetimes before, but this is where our focus is, right? So tonight, guys, when you're dreaming, your focus is going to be in another reality. It's as real as this one.
It's super real.
You wake up from that dream and go, I can't believe that was a dream.
Right.
And then it'll happen again tomorrow. It's been happening for decades to you, to all of us. We never seem to catch on. Now, once in a while, we have dreams where we realize it's a dream. You've had that?
Yeah. There's times I wake up in a dream. I was sleeping, dreaming. Wake up in the dream. I'm still dreaming. Think it's totally real.
So the dream within the dream.
Again.
Yeah.
I'm dreaming in the dream.
So you wake up from the dream.
Yes.
But you're still you're in another dream. You weren't really back in the bed.
Because I was in a dream, woke up, and I was like discussing the dream with you, but that was a dream, and then I woke up again. And recently, I microdosed before I went to bed, and I started journeying in the dream, and I saw colors and things changing in the dream, like an actual psilocybin journey.
Well, that's a whole nother. Yeah, that's incredible.
That's incredible. Hi, Erica.
Hi.
Say hi to everybody.
Hello, everyone.
Miss Erica's in the house.
If it's your first time, say hello. Let us know what city, state, country, planet, dimension, lifetime that you are watching us from.
Yes.
And we'll say hi to you. Welcome back to all our original, our OG gang that's been with us since October of 23. We're coming up, believe it or not. Is it? We're not. We're
in October.
9 months so far, right?
Yeah. In October, it's going to be a year.
We started off with about 10,000 subscribers on our YouTube, and then we decided to do the show. We're at almost 295,000 of you guys have started following this channel. And thank you.
Thank you to all of you guys for making that happen.
And then we're just going to keep going, baby. We're just going to keep going. What do you think?
I think we're not going to stop. I think it's going to integrate into many more different podcast shows. We have our On Location Paranormal East Coast series.
Yeah.
Series 1.
Yeah, it's called Paranormal. It's called Paranormal Road Trip. And this is the East Coast Volume 1.
And it will be, the first and second episode will be dropping next week.
Okay, yeah, so you guys watch it. The first episode is we are in Gettysburg, haunted Gettysburg, Pennsylvania.
Yes.
And then we are in upstate New York, in Napanoch, New York, which is the site of one of the country's most haunted hotels. So I'm not going to say any more. You guys have to watch it. So let's talk about, who's here? Let's do a little.
Okay, so we have, I asked everybody where they're from, so let's see. Let's see if they are going to tell me. Because they're talking to each other. Well, everybody's in a good mood. Look at
Come
this.
on,
Everyone's
class.
saying hello.
Say hello.
We have Wisconsin. Happy full moon in Capricorn.
Yes.
Erica says...
It is full moon in Capricorn.
Full moon in Capricorn.
This is where you let go of what you no longer serves you. This is like a great full moon.
Well, welcome to all our newbies. We have Texas coming in. We have a couple of people from Texas.
What's up, Texas?
And yep, everybody's now saying where they're from: Colorado, Kentucky, Santa Monica.
Kentucky. We were thinking about going to Kentucky on our southern tour, which is actually when we do this volume part 2 of the East Coast. It's really not really East Coast. We're doing Georgia, North Carolina,
volume 2, season 2.
No, it's the one that's coming up in October. So that's going to be Georgia, North Carolina, and Tennessee.
Yeah.
Anybody from Tennessee?
We have Massachusetts, Toronto, Amsterdam, Zurich.
Amsterdam and Zurich.
Canada.
Zurich, is that Michael, our friends in Switzerland?
Let me see. This is Michael in Switzerland. Hello, Michael. We have Pennsylvania, Washington, Hawaii, Ohio.
Pennsylvania,
Hi,
Erica.
First live, so pumped. Hi from Michigan.
Hey.
Welcome, Autumn. So you guys are in for a treat tonight. So if you are new, after tonight's show, if you have the time, go back and peruse through the last 36 episodes on the Psychic Live. We have done some pretty wild things. We
haven't dressed in costume in a while.
I know, because, well, we have October.
Because it's summer, like we got to be in shorts. It's hot. It was 106 degrees here today, guys.
So we're not feeling very costumey right now, but come October, it's going to be filled with costumes, darling. If you guys remember.
Yeah.
If any of you know how crazy it gets around here.
Yeah.
So that will be happening. And
July 5th, I'm like, well, that's it for summer, guys. We're all good now. Kids, put away everything. Summer's over.
Can I just tell you guys something? For people like us, honestly, I'm just going to just say it. We're not really summer people. Like,
I don't think anybody who's psychic medium can be summer.
Yeah, like we need to be in like mystical. We need fog. When we were in the city of Mystic, remember?
Yeah, it was misty.
It was misty in Mystic, and I was in heaven. I was like, oh my gosh, like you just feel like.
How did you like Mystic Pizza? We went to Mystic Pizza. It's a real place.
Well, I can check that off my bucket list. So that actually had to happen. I'm so glad I went. It was really good.
I wanted to say that Erica and I was saying Pennsylvania. You being from Erie, Pennsylvania.
Oh, right.
So when you grew up in Erie, Pennsylvania, did they ever play on the name? Like,
yes.
Oh, they did. So they would have haunted things and.
They would.
Oh.
And I forget the name of the artist, but there is an artist in Erie who does like haunted artwork and calls it like Erie with 2 E's. I'll have to find it.
Maybe we should do Erie as part of one of the East Coast.
Yeah.
Midwest. That's Midwest stuff.
Philippines just joined us.
No way. The Philippines.
The Philippines.
Welcome. So Psychic
Milwaukee.
Sundays.
Yes.
Is our invitation into our living room where all the spirit guides are dwelling all the time, because our doors and our third eye door is like a door here in me. I swing it open.
Can I just tell you, because I'm an empath, I read energy. That's what I do. Yesterday, one of our students, who's been a longtime student of 10 years, and she's a healer, and she's amazing, she came over and visited, and she saw our podcast studio. And we don't have a lot of people who stop by to see our studio, so she came in, and she stopped and looked, because she reads energy too, and she goes, oh my God, this is exactly the same feeling, the same vibe we used to have at the ranch when we had Circle of Light, when Riz was channeling every week to like tons of people just maxing out our property, and Riz would just be channeling for hours, 3 to 4 to 5 hours at a time.
So we lived in this 100-year-old, it looked like something out of Harry Potter, our 100-year-old, over 100 years old house, and every Tuesday and Thursday night, people in LA would drive up past the beach, into the canyons of Malibu, up to this old house that was kind of looked a lot like this, but everywhere. And what the most perfect spot to have a channeling session in. We would have full moon circles, but I mean, yeah, we call it our podcast, but this is where we live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was the vibe, it was the feeling and the energy, and she felt it. And I asked her, well, what are you sensing? And she says, well, I just know that this is where a lot of guides congregate, because that's how it felt at the ranch.
It's the Spirit Guide Lounge.
It's the lounge. You guys don't know, when you start arriving, your guides are coming with you, because if you get picked and we take your question, your guides is going to be giving Riz the information.
Yeah.
To give to you.
So let's talk about how it works, guys. If it's your first time, Psychic Sundays, again, like I was saying, is really what we've been doing for more than 10 years every Sunday night, and often during the week. We would just be hanging out at home, and what friends or family or the kids would be here, and we would give messages. I would give psychic messages, mediumship messages, and Oriah would go into her empathic senses and talk about how to kind of develop and open up and understand your own energy, your own emotional power. So that's what we do as a husband and wife team. And so tonight, let's talk about it. I give messages for the next 2 hours. The readings are free, guys, but you are more than welcome to donate. Of course, it is a YouTube channel, so we're super grateful if you do, but it's not necessary. And the messages can be not just about loved ones. A lot of people think it's just mediumship. It's not. It's also psychic, so I can give you messages about your guides, any particular subject. And the way that it works is you can ask your questions. You're probably already asking those questions now. And Erica and Oriah feel which ones are the ones for me to answer, because they can also feel this energy. We've been working together for a long time. I don't ever see the questions written. To me, it's just, what is the first name of the person? If it's about someone who's crossed over, your first name, their first name, and when they crossed over, and that's it. And if there is a message, I'll give it to you. If I don't get anything, then clearly it's not the right time tonight for that. And so that's it. Spirit shout outs?
No, we're going to go into what I do as an empath first, and then spirit shout outs. So I am an intuitive empath. So what that means in short is that
in shorts.
I'm in shorts, and I will be short. So we just discuss why you are feeling the way you're feeling from an energetic standpoint. Really, really, really from how the body's receiving information, how the programming works inside the body, why you get tripped up, why you hit walls, why your emotional states are so like roller coaster. I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to diagnose anyone. A lot of, body systems have a lot to do with how you feel, including hormones and what you eat, your diet, your environment.
Emotional impact on the body.
Yeah. And I think this is just becoming common knowledge. I mean, every podcast I'm hearing lately that is worth their weight in gold, they are discussing how the environment affects the body and the body, how it responds. So it's not that you have to be like a medical practitioner to talk about it. You actually can be somebody who's just paying attention to how the environment affects you. So that is what I discuss. So if you have any questions in that area.
Now, what do you mean by the environment?
So the environment could be, to make it really simple, let's say you're in a smoky room that people are smoking cigarettes, and you live in that environment. You're always breathing in cigarette smoke. So the chances of you having difficulty breathing are higher. So that's just a very, very rudimentary, basic way of looking at it. But in a more metaphysical way of looking at it, you can see that how you create your world, how you create your home life, how you create your living environment has a lot to do with it. Even down to, not to be such fanatics, but what type of detergent you're using, what type of...
Oh, so you actually mean physical environment.
Physical environment. I'm always concerned about physical environment.
That's true. I've noticed that.
Yeah.
But I thought, so how does that tie in with being an empath, though?
Because let's say you're really highly sensitive and you're a sensitive empath, right? And you are, let's say you are living in a room where everything is really overcrowded. Too much furniture. Things have not been dusted or moved around. Maybe some old items that don't belong to you or they're broken. Closets that are overstuffed.
So it's like a spiritual, metaphysical feng shui kind of thing.
Yes. So what happens is, as a sensitive empath, you don't realize that you're suffocating in your own room. You don't even know why you're suffocating. And it takes somebody who has perspective, who's been there, done that, who can come into your living space and go, oh my God, you can't even barely walk around in here. How are you functioning? How are you enjoying your freedom? You can't even walk through here peacefully, and there's no bright colors, or there's no white or black or whatever it is that's missing.
So it's like always becoming aware that you live in a world of energy.
Everything is energy.
Everything is energy, guys. We are energy. So
and everything affects you. So if you're really sensitive, you're going to be affected by everything, including other people. But that's a whole nother.
But that's one of the things that we want to do on this channel, is to help you understand how to turn your sensitivities into your strengths, rather than your sensitivities become that you can't go to places and you can't be with people and you can't have this sound or that color or that smell. Believe me, I've been through it myself, and it's not a great way to live. And you have to kind of be an alchemist, a wizard, and turn that around so that you are no longer affected negatively by so much stimulation. And in this world, between our technology and our constant accessibility, we're always being able to be accessed through phones and technology, right?
Right.
And you got to have time for yourself, guys.
Right.
That's where you grow psychically. You know, for myself, my meditation time isn't just I'm sitting and meditating. It's just being in the stillness and the silence, having physical silence, so I can focus on if there's any internal noise, right?
Yep.
So spirit shout-outs are a part of what I do. Those are when I give messages before you ask questions, meaning, so I feel spirit guides coming in, and every time we start the Psychic Sundays, I feel someone coming through, whether it's a spirit guide or a loved one, or there's just a psychic message, and I'll say, I always do 3 at a time, and they're all 3 for 3 separate people. It might be a name, it might be some specific information, it might be a situation, but I'm very specific with those. So you will know if I'm talking about you, right? And it's really fun. I really enjoy doing that, and I think it's something new. I don't know if anybody else is doing that, you know, online.
I don't think anybody else is doing what we're doing.
I like to push the envelope. My goal has always been, you know, and almost in anything that I do has been, I'm always interested in how far can I stretch my abilities.
Yeah.
So you know me, I test myself all the time, you know. So shall we begin?
Yeah. Do you want to do some spirit shout-outs?
I do. I want to do a spirit shout-out. There's a name, Marty, that I'm supposed to be talking about. I believe this person is crossed over. Marty. Also, there is someone here who's crossed over who's talking about tic-tac-toe. And that means that, look, tic-tac-toe is a game, but maybe it also is some sort of inside joke with you, or this is something they used to do, or this is something maybe you were doing today. I don't know, but it's pretty strong. Third, there is a beer. I'm not even a drinker, but there's a beer called Foster's, right?
Yes.
Now, I don't know if they're talking about the beer Foster's or their name is Foster.
Italian beer, I believe.
Is it? Okay, I don't know. Your dad used to drink it?
I used to drink it.
Oh, you... Okay. And that's it. So those are the 3 shout-outs for now. Let's begin.
All right. So our first one up is Angel. Hi, Riz and Lady O. Hello. Hi. I appreciate all the knowledge you share. Thank you. I was wondering if there are any insights from my primary guides about how to best expand my own abilities and what are my strengths or blocks.
Okay. Number 1, I want to say right off the bat, I'm seeing the master number of 11 around you. 11 represents to me creativity and confidence. Creativity and confidence. Now, I have an interesting theory about confidence. It is that let's say that you're like, I don't know how to be more confident. Nervous about things always. Are things going to work out? I say that there's a way to learn to kind of make peace with whatever fears that you have. And so, Angel, this is about this time period right now is to have confidence in your creativity. And like I say, all the procrastination, my favorite quote that I have about procrastination is, put off your procrastination till tomorrow. What do you think?
Yep.
Good idea. And so that is what it is. You really just need to take the leap right now and not worry about the details or the perfection of whatever it is that you're wanting to put out. This thing about you don't know enough, or you haven't really perfected it. Just start talking. Just start sharing what you do know. It's better to be able to share kind of 100% of what you do know than 10% of kind of what you're not sure about. Okay? And stick to that. it's like a chef that is just really good at making burgers. Okay, don't venture off into soups and other stuff, souffles. Just make a great burger. Here's what's interesting, guys, about ideas. We have amazing burgers in the world, right? Everybody has their favorite burger joint. Even if you're a vegan, you have your favorite burger joint. And yet, tomorrow, or probably today, or by the time this podcast ends, someone will start a burger business.
Right.
Saying, no, I've got the best burger. And how many burger businesses do you think are going to open? Plenty in the next year. And many of them will succeed. Okay? So there's always room. And so, Angel, it's not necessarily about brand new ideas. It's about doing what ideas you do have well.
Right.
There you go. Yes, we got a spirit shout out.
We do. We have a Marty.
Marty.
Andrea Smith.
Hi, Andrea.
Grandmother was Marty, and she passed in 2004.
Andrea, Marty tapped me on the shoulder, and the tap on the shoulder was pretty strong because I thought it felt like a man tapping you on the shoulder, and Marty's a woman, so your grandma was pretty strong in her energy, and she made sure that she was like first. She wanted to just take this opportunity to say hi to you because I guess she knew you were watching. How amazing is that right off the top of the bat? And saying hello. And two, she's like, keep up the good work. Keep up the good work. This usually, well, right now what I'm feeling is this is your time for getting praised or accolades or recognition. And she's helping you to get that. And it's time now. Oh, you're too hard on yourself. Thank you. So you have to see yourself the way she sees you, which is so beautifully, with that same kind of love. Okay, Andrew, that's your message.
We have another spirit shout
Another spirit shout out.
Okay, so we have Foster.
Yes.
So Kat Perryman.
Kat Perryman.
Her mother's best friend.
Yes.
Mary Jane Foster.
Foster.
Passed in 2020.
Thank you.
And she used to sing the Foster Beer song.
That's the one. And so what is that? I hope you guys heard that because Erica doesn't have a mic. And it is that now who is the person that's online?
So Kat is the one online.
Kat.
Her mom's name is Grace, who is still living.
Yes.
It's her friend. Her friend's name is Mary Jane.
Mary Jane Foster, and she's the one who crossed over, Mary Jane, and she's the one who's always sang the song. Well, isn't this amazing, guys, right? That we're here live, you're watching, Kat, and Mary Jane comes through with the Foster's beer.
That is so funny.
I don't think I've ever even said the words Foster's beer in my life.
And
I'm saying it tonight live. And this is the beauty. Listen, I'm just as amazed at these things. Look, we keep it so real. I'm doing live readings, there's nothing edited here. I don't know anybody I don't even look at the chat. And this is this amazing reality that we live in. I gave my first psychic message at 7 years old. I didn't know what I was saying, and I still don't know what I'm saying. I'm just saying it. Of course, there's a great base of knowledge that I have, but what I say when I don't know what I'm saying is that I'm not controlling it.
Right.
If I'm trying to get a message, I am trying to get a message, but it's different. It's trying without trying.
Right.
How can I put it to you guys? I'll spend the rest of my life trying to show you guys how we can all do this.
That's the best way to say it. Okay,
all right.
ready for the next one?
All right, going for the next one.
Okay, first timer. Would love to hear from my guides. Can't wait to meet you, Julia.
Hi, Julia. You have a spirit animal, which is a frog, and it's a beautiful. Frogs are very magical creatures. They're always in storybooks. The frog that turned into the prince, or there's other magical stories with frogs. And there's the frog that is represented in shamanic medicine. Toad medicine.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Frogs are very
it's called
magical.
combos. One of them, they poke you with that frog medicine, and you're gonna go. It's incredible, but. I don't think that's why the frog is here, but you never know. Oh, the frog, spirit animal, is working with you about your voice. Your voice. We do hear frogs, don't we, at night, right? The throat, right? This is about being heard. This is about doing some healing now about when you were not heard, where you feel that what was also said to you, what you heard, where it where you haven't let go of it. So old hurt, something somebody might have said to you 20 years ago, and that it stuck with you. Right? Sometimes someone will say, you got a big nose when you're like 7, and no matter how beautiful the rest of the world tells you for the next 30 years, that you got a big nose sticks in your head,
right.
You know? Or if someone says, you got a nice nose, I love your nose, then your mind goes back to when you were 7 and someone said you have a big nose.
Yeah.
So
programming, man.
Yes. So thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
Honey, because it is about reverse programming now, and that is what the frog is here to show you. You're on it. This is, I would recommend skill building right now also. Skill building is what they're showing me for you, which is now, sometimes you have to go back to the fundamentals of a particular skill. When you get advanced in something, the way to advance further is to go back to basics. It's interesting. That's what they're showing me with you. So looking into next year, I see a lot of, I don't know what the corporate energy is that I'm seeing, but there's, so when I see corporate energy, it means that work expands into more organized, just larger work energy is what I'm seeing. But that's into February of next year. In fact, I see February is a very big year for you. It's not too far away. Very big month for you, excuse me, kicking off the year. Not in January, but in February. Okay.
Have you noticed there's been a lot of people crossing this last 10 days? Celebrities, people we know, clients, and their
people in our personal life, some of our clients,
lots of people crossing,
and their families, celebrities. It's there's a big shift happening now,
and there's also political structures shifting. There's also moods shifting, seasons shifting. I think like we talk about it all the time. If spirits are ready to go, or if people are ready to go, humans are ready to move on to their next incarnation, they just make that decision, and sometimes they do it in these groups. Yeah,
it's hard to accept when you're going through it, when you lose someone, guys. Right. And my life is so much about day-to-day being with people who have lost a loved one, or as a shaman, ready for this, lost themselves. And I thought about it, that it is all about feeling locked in or lost.
Yeah, because not only are you having these physical transitions like death, but people are having a lot of rebirths right now. People are going through their own death and rebirth cycle right now, and you might feel like you're coming into one or close to one, and you'll know because your cage starts to rattle and you'll start to feel like you can't continue on and you can't get a grip. A lot of it's planetary. Sometimes you're very sensitive, you're feeling planetary shifts, but a lot of times it could also be that you are ready to go to the next stage of evolution that's waiting for you. Your future self is calling you to make a move to do the next thing that's on your spiritual agenda book that you have not yet attempted to do, and you have just sat on it and watched it from afar, but you have not surrendered to it. And so your cages are going to start rattling, your walls are going to start shaking, you're going to start feeling physical sensations, and you might feel like a death is imminent, but not a real physical death. And that's how you know you're ready to transition and let go of this old skin. This metamorphosis is about to take place.
Amazing.
Yes.
I wanted to say that when you were talking about, like, what is the universe wanting for you? Many people ask, why is the universe doing this to me? And what I want you to consider replacing that with is, why is my future self creating this for me? Not why is the universe doing this to me? Why is my future self creating this for me?
Right.
And you will have much, much more powerful progress, better feeling, peaceful progress in that. It's kind of a sobriety. Because when we say, why is the universe doing this to me? You're kind of losing it. You're spinning out. And we want to not spin out. We want to circle, spiral in.
And to take it closer to home, the universe is you. So you therefore are saying, why am I creating this?
The universe is you.
So why am I bringing this into my sphere? Why is this happening? And it's always to have you continuously flow and go forward. Stagnation is the worst thing you can do. Being static is the worst thing you can do, because as soon as you start kind of burrowing into the soil, into the sand, and you try to avoid yourself, avoid life, this is when progress stops. So you'll grin and bear it, but honestly, you're just going to suffer even more. So the way to get out of suffering is you have to barrel through. Sometimes you have to push through. You have to grunt and grind, and you sometimes have to reach out to people, and you have to ask questions, and you have to just in my case today, for example, I decided that I needed to really just go full disco dancing mode, and I filmed myself.
She got dressed 70s. I came out. You never know what's going to happen in this house, so I came out. Excuse me, I almost choked. Oh my God. I came out and you were wearing your silver glitter top.
It's true.
And the black screen was up and the light was on. And you were messing with your Spotify playlist, and I heard this amazing mix of the Bee Gees, and so she filmed herself dancing. And I thought, that's so good. Here you are, 51, baby. 51. 5 children.
That's right.
You've rocked the world, and you are here to celebrate your life.
Well, I missed out, and so did you. We missed out at being old enough to be in this late 70s disco era, Studio 54, like all those fun, really like out of control disco parties that
I watched Dance Fever and Solid Gold. I didn't miss out on nothing.
No, but we weren't there. We weren't on the dance floor.
I wasn't allowed.
John Travolta style with the bell bottoms.
Indian parents don't let you go out there.
I would just sneak through
because they are doing the drug there. The drug. Okay, so let's see. Spirit shout outs. I got. Hey, there was a third one. Anyone for that one yet? Okay, I have one more. So I'm seeing this. It's like I don't know if I'm looking. I think it's a candle holder, and it's like in the shape of petals, like a flower opening up, and then there's a candle inside. Is that whoever has that's watching? Like you have it in the kind of when we're in the house you're living in right now, and one of your guides is talking to me about that, and you're the one I got to talk to. Okay, next question.
Okay, so Autumn,
can you pass me a tissue? Hi, Autumn. Didn't we just have someone named Autumn?
I think we were talking.
Oh, we're doing
Autumn.
A shout out, right?
Okay, so first time. First, I want to say, Riz and Lady O, everything you do is so absolutely amazing, helping people, allowing them into your home, just all the goodness. I'm so glad I was led to you both.
Thank you,
Otto. That's very sweet of you. So is that just her saying hello? There was no question?
No,
there's no question there.
All right.
Unless you find a question, you can send it.
I like when you read the hellos too. It's not even when it's not a question, it's good.
You know what? I just grabbed it because it said first time.
Oh, first time. Okay.
Hey, question for you, Erica. So full moon in Capricorn tonight.
Yes.
I believe this is one of the only years where there's 2 full moons in Capricorn.
Yes. Yeah. It's rare.
Very rare.
It's rare that you have 2 full moons in any sign.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Few years, yeah. Mm-hmm. So this is a big one.
It's called the buck moon or something.
It's called a blue moon.
Blue moon.
Have it 2 times in a row like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's incredible. All right. So we'll talk more about that.
If people look back to what they were doing in January, when it was the new moon in Capricorn, it's the completion of that right
So whatever you were doing in January, the new moon was in Capricorn, Erica says, that now is where you can complete it. So go back, think about it. What were you doing in January? What were you working on? What were you afraid of? What were you excited about? Now is the time to bring that into fruition, completion.
Before we wait for Autumn to ask her question and go back to that, I want to blow everybody's mind really quickly. Do you know that you are planning and creating your life 10 years into the future and you don't even realize it? So the things you're doing right now is setting up for your experience 10 years from now. So think back 10 years ago and 10 years before that. So decisions that we make, people we talk to, places we go, things we do, decisions, everything is all setting up a course.
So it's like a psychic link that has existed even like right now we're all sitting here, we're doing the show, you guys are watching, but something led you to the show, and then something led you to that thing,
yeah,
that thing, and that
something
thing.
is happening inside of you right now that's making little movements and decisions, and those little movements and decisions will play out in some way in your life, and those decisions will change that and change this and change that, changes the course of your future. So we're always creating our future. You guys don't realize how much you're creating your future every move we make. So that's why we're always trying to help you guys bring more consciousness into your current decisions.
Yes.
And it's a tall order. It's not easy doing this big life with this human avatar. It's not easy. So
Why are you pointing at me when you say this not easy doing with this human avatar? Are you talking about me?
Large, medium.
That's funny. Okay, let's do the next question.
I have a question.
Yes.
So there's a lot of people with this flower candle.
There's a lot of people with that flower candle.
Oh my God.
Okay, I'm gonna give you. Is there a B name?
Yeah, Lori B.
Yeah, there's a B. It's the one with the B. Lori B. It's you.
Yeah, she has a lotus flower candle holder.
Thank you.
She doesn't have a specific question.
No, I'll give you the message. So you have a guide working with you that is the way I would describe it is a nature spirit, water spirit working with you, and this is about going into the physical home. That's why we talked about they brought my attention to the object, Laurie, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Isn't it funny they said the one with the B name?
Interesting.
And it says Lori B.
Yes.
I must be psychic, honey. I gotta do something with that.
I know.
I've been meaning to. Okay, so Lori, this is about energy cleanup, organizing in the house, meaning going around the house and doing things like decluttering, number one, drawers, decluttering the garage, dusting above the doorway specifically. You want only the most pleasant energies of people to visit you, and you want people to leave better than when they arrived, including yourself. And so kind of create something around the doorway. I would say to you, place something red and gold above the doorway. Something red and gold. Doesn't matter what it is. Also, once a week saging, that is mandatory for everyone on planet Earth. Everyone should be saging. So it's just kind of like reaffirming or reconnecting with being the queen, the head good witch of your house. The queen. You are good.
I'm good.
All right. That's why I married her.
Erica, is there Autumn's question? I got it. Okay, ready? Here we go. My question was letting my guides come through with whatever they want me to know.
Okay.
I have so many feelings on things. I'm trying to stay open, literally like mind is swimming.
I got you.
So she needs organization.
Yes. You want to talk about it?
Yeah.
Because you went through this when you and I first met, and you started realizing spirit guides were real.
Yeah.
Okay. Of course they're real. They're mentioned in every culture in some shape or another. They're mentioned. So, what would you say to her?
So, Autumn, when you're opening the doors into, like, you're starting your awakening process, or you're going into like the metaphysical realm for the first time, and you're starting to use your third eye, you're starting to see and hear more than you've ever seen and heard before. It's similar to going into a giant, huge, magical, massive amusement park for the first time, and you first walk in and you're just like overwhelmed. You want to do every ride. You don't know where to start, which one to go to. You want to try everything. You want to go to the kiosk, eat the food. You want to do everything. So nothing wrong with that. There's a beauty and an innocence to the beginning of these stages where you just want to taste test everything and try everything.
That's the swimmingness.
The swimming, not knowing which one to grab onto, what thought to have, which thing to look at next, feeling so much, knowing that there's so much energy out there and trying to decipher. So the best way to organize all of this, because you have to organize it, is you're going to pick one thing at a time. So like, for instance, what I would recommend is to understand, well, there's two things I would recommend to start. Start to focus in on how to connect to your spirit guides, because that's always going to help you to learn how to move through situations. So it's good to learn to be still, quiet, meditation. Videos online can help you, classes, yoga, anything to help still yourself so that you can start focusing and concentrating on messages from your guides. That's primary. And secondary, that kind of goes in tandem, check in with the body physically and see where you're at, to see if you're healthy. Are you off balance anywhere? Do you need to go get checked up? Do you need to change your diet? Do you need to bring in more fresh foods? And so I call them solar foods, so foods that are activated by the sun, make sure they're organic. And so you want to lighten your load, lighten your body. You want to help your body function through these next many years to come of being more metaphysical. So lots of water, lots of rest. You're going to change a lot of things. So it can be quite overwhelming when you first begin this process, but if you slow down and just take one at a time, okay, we're going to go on that ride.
Right.
So let's just focus on that ride. Let's go stand in line and get the map out.
It's interesting. You bring up simplifying. And it's, when you kind of pay more attention consciously to body, mind, spirit practices, there are some layers and some things that you have to, I don't want to say that are more complicated, but yeah, you have to go through what supplements you need. You have to organize that. It's not adding to your swimmingness, your busy ocean in your mind. It's now you're focused on what you actually need, what actually serves you, and what you no longer need to have in your life.
Well, I asked everybody while you were talking, I asked everybody to say how they found us and what has changed in their life since they've been watching us. And I got some comments.
You did?
Yeah. So Aaron saw you on Next Level Soul and was rewatching his episode and was randomly taken to this page during a live several weeks ago. It was surprising and awesome.
All right.
Courtney says she came across our podcast with Amelia Ortiz the other night. Resonated so much. So happy to catch you both live for the first time. Love to all.
That's funny. I was just texting Amelia today. That's interesting.
Yeah. So Jennifer said Next Level Soul for me too, but I saw it in January. I was working on refurbishing an old bow. Oh, that's cool.
An old beau? You mean like an ex-boyfriend?
No, B-O-W.
I refurbish them all the time.
Yeah, Erica is good at refurbishing her ex-bows.
Our good old friend Amy Yarbrough found you through Beyond Belief with George Nuri. Funny how so many of us have seen him through there.
Yeah.
Bernadette saw you on Next Level Soul and Gaia. And it's interesting. I've never asked this question, you guys.
The George Nuri show was wild.
Yes.
I love watching that show because I put braids in my hair for that show, and my hair was like boom. It was all up here.
Yes.
I loved it. It was wild. I look at it, I'm like, man, I'm just like.
What I love about it is it makes you look like Marvel Comics, which is really great because you actually are.
Should I put the braids back in?
You are a superhero.
Now I kind of got the slick back samurai look, but the braids were wild.
Okay. CPJ says I met Riz and Erica at Rama Circle of Light in person when you were doing circles. Wish you guys still did those. Lori saw you on Next Level Soul, and Krista saw you on Inspire Nation. How cool! I've never asked this question. This is really fun.
Guys, we would love it. Erica, why don't you put in, do you still have the link of the Sotellus link?
Yeah. So
guys, we have a link that this would really help us. We'd really appreciate it. Erica's going to drop it in. And if you could, it's a link that goes to our Google reviews and things. And if you would just take a moment tonight, maybe during the broadcast or after, and click the link and just write a few words of love and praise, we would so appreciate that.
And somebody else saw you from Maria Menounos as well.
Love Maria. I was just texting her something yesterday. It's so wild that's coming up.
Wild.
Okay,
here
let's
we go.
Let's go through some questions. Let's do it.
Hi, Riz and ladies. Razhana here. My brother Shoab passed 2 years ago on July 20th, 2022.
Yeah.
Lots of twos, and would be deeply grateful for a message from him.
He is, I have to tell you something. The first thing that I get is that your brother is all heart. It's just this big heart. And his heart is, by the way, I don't know how he passed away, but he's just saying his heart is very strong, and it's he did not mean to upset people in the shock of that, okay? It's very, very important for you guys to know that. Also, by the way, I want to tell you something. Your brother is very intelligent, very smart, brain smart. Some people are street smart. Some people are brain smart. He's very brain smart. And I almost feel like he's the the jokester at the same time. So he's got a very clever sense of humor, and so he's like poking me here. He's also showing me the month of November as being important. So whoever the birthday or anniversary of November is in your family is showing me that. And he's very funny. He just went like, he's like, I like your hair, dude. He's like, I like your, like to me.
He said cardiac arrest.
Yeah. Oh, that's why heart. Got it. Okay, understand.
It was kind of shocking.
That's why it was shocking, right? But he's just said to me, he was like, he heard me making the joke about my hair.
Yes.
He's like, I don't know, I like your hair.
He likes it.
Yeah, I'm glad your bro likes my hairstyle. I want to explain something to you. When you get to the other side, you're living a different kind of life, okay? It is, you get to live your version of heaven. So one person's version of heaven is not the same as another person. Maybe one person wants to be in the garden and walking through with flowers and seeing their grandparents. And another person's heaven is that they get to be, playing in the World Series and
right.
It really is that way, and why wouldn't it be?
Of course.
So the other side is to fulfill these things. And for him, by the way, it is that he's getting to meet and be with all of these like wonderful musicians and music there. It's like he's getting to meet his heroes who are on the other side. That's what he's showing me. Like, that's his heaven. I got to meet those heroes. I do have a message for you. Wow, he talks a lot. The message for you is that you can be anything you want to be. You can be anything you want to be. What's the name? Shoaib, you said?
Yeah,
Shoaib?
it's
Shoaib. Okay, right. So
it's hyphenated.
Yeah.
SHO-AIB.
Oh, he's South Asian. So yes, you can be anything you want to be, and he's there. I'm just curious. Did he leave any kids behind?
He says he absolutely loved music.
Oh yeah, it's like that's his heaven is music. Some people, I see them in around paintings. I see them around gardens. It's all music for him. Yeah.
Wow.
He can finally sing now. By the way, his voice is immediately better on the other side. There you go. That's the message.
Aww. Okay. So Courtney Burt, first timer here, would love to know what my spirit guides would like me to know and ways they can speak to me. Thank you so much.
Courtney, one of the first things that's coming up for you is sensitivity to chemicals. So
yes, 3 kids.
3 kids, yeah. So he was just going back to the previous message. He was just showing his concern and love for the children. Okay, especially the middle one. Okay, now going back to Courtney. So sensitivity to chemicals. I don't mean drugs. I could mean medicines. I could mean the dishwashing liquid or whatever. Starting to understand that your body is very sensitive does not mean your body is weak. It just means it's sensitive. A camera is very sensitive. It doesn't mean it's weak. In fact, it means it's stronger. So you just have to treat it differently. It is an upgrade in how your physical well-being, not becoming fanatical about it, but finding a new flow. Also, I'm curious, have you felt any kind of in your nerves, in your nerve endings, any prickly feelings or any at times coming through where itchy or, we all get a little itch or scratch. That's not what I'm talking about. Something it's almost like a little tinge of electricity that can go through you. Very, very subtle. I'm curious about that if you could let me know. Yes, the days go by slow and fast for you. I get it. It's either too fast or too slow. But this is soon going to change. Your understanding of time and how you're feeling the pacing of life is going to change. By the way, your scalp is also very sensitive, so be careful with the shampoos and things that you're using. Side question, now I have another question for you. Did you or someone close to you have like 2nd degree burns from a fire or some accident? I'd love to know the answer to that because your guides are talking to me about that. Thank you.
Are you talking to Courtney?
Yes.
She said, yes, absolutely. Just had a past life regression and my entire chest and head fell asleep during the session.
Oh, so that's the pins and needles I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Also, I shake sometimes when I feel like I'm speaking my truth.
There you go. So that's what I'm talking about. Thank you for sharing that. It's the nerves. This is where where you get affected is actually where your power is.
That's so true. Wow, that was a mic drop.
All right, let's go.
That was a
next one.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, there's a name, Spirit shout out. Does the name Tippy, Tippy, have anything to do with one of you? I don't know what it means. Tippy?
I'm getting a little download right now.
Go ahead.
I just like to share some words of wisdom about the nervous system because Riz activated me right there. That's my hotspot topic, being a sensitive empath, you guys. And somebody mentioned that they watched one of my Q&A empaths videos. I do have a lot of videos you can find on this channel regarding being an empath, answering a lot of questions. One of the things you'll notice, this also applies to people who are not empathic, but just living on this planet. It's very easy to have your nervous system shot. How do you handle that?
Really? Life on Earth can really mess you up?
Isn't that
I had no idea.
So, you guys, you could live in a farm in Montana up on a mountain and see 1 or 2 people a year, and your nerves can be still shot because you cannot get the proper crop, or the sun is doing something that you don't want it to do to the patch of land that you had set up to do your composting and whatnot. I don't know, all the technical things. Things can still make you fry your nerves. And if you are suffering from this experience of being overly sensitive and very, you feel kind of overly reactive and dramatic, and you feel like you're singed, like you're burned at the edges, like your nervous system is burned, there's a lot of herbal supplements you can take to help with repair, including you can take psilocybin,
moringa powder, guys.
Moringa, spell it.
Moringa. It's correct spelling because I'm Indian and we win all the spelling bees. Moringa. Use it in a sentence. I suggest moringa powder for your health. Moringa. Okay. But be careful with it because it is super powerful.
You gotta take just a tiny little
yeah.
amount.
Start with like...
I can barely take it because I get
half a teaspoon. Begin with that.
Yeah.
With food. Don't do it on an empty stomach in the beginning. It's super powerful.
I had to isolate and figure out what it is that was causing me like grating on my nerves more than anything. And I realized I was overextending myself with certain social activities and I was driving too much. So I started to pull back on some of those activities. It made a huge difference in my life because I was able to rest more, let other people drive, because I'm always like, type A personality, powering through everything, driving everywhere.
Yeah.
Too much in LA, Los Angeles out here, the driving is insane. So I pulled back a lot of these activities that were causing me even more flare-ups energetically, and my nervous system was just rattled. Every little thing would bother me. Everything was like triggering me. And it's been over a year now that I have taken care of myself in this way. Also, ladies, if you're menopausal, this is another thing. I do microdosing, psilocybin microdosing once a day, 1 capsule in the morning or in the evening, sometimes twice. Hot flashes are gone. It's stabilized all my moods, swings, right. And all of my, hormone fluctuations have like really rebalanced because a lot of menopause, most of menopause starts in the brain.
It's neurological discovering,
and
right?
It's activating your ovaries, not the other way around. So these are little things to think about, you guys. We're just throwing in some little doses of information. Hopefully you guys are taking notes because we try to pack a lot of things in while we're giving readings. So hope
all right,
you guys
I got more for you now.
Okay, here we go.
Spirit shout out.
So Astrid, her great aunt Phyllis.
Astrid, her great aunt Phyllis,
had a dog named Tippy.
This sounds like the beginning of a storybook.
I know.
Astrid had a great aunt named Phyllis.
Yes.
And she lived in the forest in a house that looked like butterfly wings. Ooh, imagine that. With a dog named... So the dog was named Tippy.
Yes.
Wow. Isn't that crazy, Astrid? The grandmother?
Great aunt.
Great aunt. That's even more magical. If there's a story where your great aunt is giving you a message from the other side, that's more magical than if it's using your mom or your grandmother. Don't you think? Okay. Astrid, she's saying hello, and I believe Tippy's actually saying hello to you. Let me find out what the message is. Cleaning up the diet. How do you do with dairy? Some people do dairy fine. I actually do fine with dairy, even though now I'm not doing dairy because I guess you don't really need it. But yeah, cleaning up your diet and well, I do have to say, I do believe your great aunt was actually magical because I don't ever say anything random, as you know, right? I don't never say anything random.
Never.
It's kind of
casual little statements are
those
always,
are my most psychic ones, actually, when I casually mention things. But your great aunt is with you because there's something in her that she's making me feel that she has in common with you. So like you're cut from the same cloth. And why are you saying it that way? Cloth. Clothing. Okay. Purge the closet. Purge your closet and get yourself some new stuff. Think about fun. Think about what clothing really represents you. So like when you stand in the mirror looking at what you wore, say, is this really what I want to wear? Does this really represent who it is that I am? And if you're getting frustrated with those clothes, purge the closet. Keep what of course you have to have, but now is the time to start building it. And I feel like your great aunt and Tippy are going to accompany you to the mall or the area, wherever it is that you should be shopping. Also, do you have some sinus issues, or have you had some issues like asthmatic issues in the past or something? One of the greatest things that you can take as a supplement for anything with your breathing or congestion, guys, is NAC. I love it. I take it every single day.
Why don't you talk a little bit about NAC?
I think NAC is an amino acid. It is the most powerful antioxidant. It's a precursor to glutathione. Look, I actually sound like I actually know medical terms. It's a precursor to glutathione. Come on, you don't know it's a precursor to glutathione?
Yeah, but you spend so much time studying this.
It's my Virgo rising that is very interested in all things health. But I will, and look, I mean, if it means anything to you guys, I turned 55 in just under a month, okay?
Yes, sinus and nose issues.
She has sinus and nose issues. You know what I want? I want a little button thing that I hit it and it's a voice that goes, I must be psychic. Like a little funny voice. I want that. I want to hit it every time. And you can hit it too, because I share. I'm a very sharing person. Okay, so that's the message. Thank you. Brought to you by your friendly neighborhood spirit guides.
Just that she was a lovely artist and loved to paint.
Oh, that's sweet. She was a lovely artist and loved to paint. The great aunt.
And for those of you who...
That is really magical. Did you ever see the Elvira movie?
Yes.
In the Elvira movie, I think it was her great, I don't know, what kind of like trivia is this? Okay, in the Elvira movie, the first one, which was really fun because Elvira, come on, high five, what a badass, we love her.
I got to be here for one Halloween.
You were her for one Halloween.
I was her for one Halloween.
You guys should put a picture up of that in the community board. So, and that was her great aunt that left her, I don't know, a mansion or haunted house or something. Anyway, where should we go now?
Well, I was going to give some other useless nonsense.
Hold on a second.
Let me tell you.
Spirit shout out.
Oh.
So Marseille? How do I pronounce it? Marseille.
The city in France.
The city in France is coming up as important. Something with you, Marseille. If Marseille has some special meaning for you, please let me know in the chat. Okay.
Sometimes every now and then I like to announce to everybody what our triple big major signs are.
And let us know what your signs are.
So I am a Taurus sun, Leo moon, Leo rising.
I am a Leo sun, Scorpio moon, Virgo rising. Erica?
I am a Virgo sun, Cancer moon, Leo rising.
Yay!
I've been feeling lately that your Cancer moon is literally going into Leo moon. I feel like you're turning into a Leo.
I have a question.
I'm just going full Leo.
Do you believe
go full Leo? You have like 5 planets in Leo, don't you?
I actually am. I have a lot of Leo in my.
So do you believe that the rising sign? Some astrologers don't agree with this, but I'm questioning for you personally as an astrologer.
Yes.
Do you believe the rising sign is what we become as we get older?
Yes, and also your North Node. It's a combo.
Right.
Those are the 2 most significant signs as you get older in your chart, more so than your sun.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your North Node is what you're headed towards. Mm-hmm. And to having the best aspects of that, your South Node, like my North Node is Pisces.
Right.
And so I'm stepping into the healer, psychic, more of that, and I'm leaving behind.
Self.
And my south node is Virgo,
Past
so
life.
letting go of too much control or details.
And my south node is Cancer, north node Capricorn.
Yes.
All right, next question. Let's do it.
I just wanted to say something I totally forgot. Okay, moving on.
Wait, I didn't say my North Node.
Oh, now Erica has to say her
She has
north
to say her
node
north node.
and south node.
She has to say her north
has
node.
to say it.
Because it's very important for all of you to know that.
Yeah,
No, it does.
You know
It is.
they're wondering. You know they want to know.
All right, what
Oh,
is it?
that's what I was going to say. You're an astrologer.
Yeah.
Hello.
Guys, you should do phone readings with Erica. She will really help you. And she's really great with parents if you want to figure out your kids, whether they're little or they're grown adults. She really helps you to understand how to communicate with them better through astrology. Okay.
Wait, I still didn't say my North Node yet.
Damn.
But it's
I thought I was going to distract her.
though, because it's in Gemini.
Your North Node is Gemini,
Yes.
the communicator.
Exactly.
While she's communicating.
And releasing your inner prince, because he was the ultimate Gemini, wasn't he?
True.
All right, let's go.
Okay, next one. My name is Damien. Do any of my guides have messages for
Your
me?
guides always have messages for you, Damien. Is that your real name, Damien? Okay, the message is about... It's actually about moving. Consider, where have you always wanted to live? It's interesting because they're showing me all these boxes. Now, it's not just about moving boxes. It is about organization. And what else? There's more to this. It's not just organization and box. Well, I want to know more what they want me to say to you. I have a funny visual about one of the guides that's working with you. He's like an acrobat on a unicycle. Do you guys know a unicycle? We don't see unicycles anymore.
Yeah, I saw one recently.
What?
Pasadena.
What? Somebody
In
was
that
riding
building,
one?
when we were doing that tour. It was just sitting there.
Oh, okay. But you never really see anybody
No,
riding a
no.
unicycle unless maybe it's a circus. Anyway, your spirit guide is an acrobat riding a unicycle. This message for me is about how you're going to become organized with more precision. You know, when you watch someone on a unicycle, there's a fun feeling to it. You're not just watching them like they're a person on a vehicle who's just taking care of business. Excuse me. It's unusual, it's fun, it's whimsical. So, Damien, bringing more whimsical magic into your life.
Is that why I just started moving for no reason like this? I never do that.
There's a lot of guides in this room.
I know, it's because you were talking about whimsical. I was feeling it.
Damien,
whimsy.
do you have any connection to the hotel business? Or that means that, have you worked in hotel business, or is someone close to you in the hotel business? It's coming up. Okay, I know I've asked questions too while I'm giving you a message, but that's what it is. So your spirit guide who's on the unicycle is an expert. There's no way that he is going to let you fall now. It's time to start pedaling and having fun with whatever it is that you're trying to create. Remember, it is supposed to be fun. You're supposed to play in your creations, not just work them.
I want to take the next question. BB Dawn says, I saw my first UFO 2 nights ago and saw another the following night.
Oh,
Would you
really?
pick up on the sky vibes for me? Well, first of all, if you saw a UFO, if you saw a flying disc orb, it is for you. They know whose consciousness is around them and who's alert to them.
I believe that.
And also, they cloak and not cloak. So if they're showing themselves to you, you are supposed to see it, and you can tune into them, and you can start, seeing more and more, actually. So this is just the beginning, and I'm glad that you're starting to look for them because they're everywhere. You guys have no idea how many hundreds of thousands of cloaked ships are above us, around this Earth, including motherships. You have no idea. You might be in one of those motherships watching yourself down here talking to us.
Do you know I've heard people... I thought we were the only ones saying that. I actually heard someone
I've
say
heard
that.
other people
what
say
if it's
it
your
too.
future self coming back in time,
Yeah.
who's in the UFO just to see what you're doing?
100%.
Incredible.
Yep.
So yes, Star Family. Look, the whole world is moving towards that kind of disclosure of the alien UFO reality. We're seeing it on all levels of government now, and this is just the tip of the iceberg, guys. It's going to get really, really fun very, very quickly and very soon. Okay.
Okay. First time asking a question. This is my second time tuning in. My name is Estelle. A message from my guides would be wonderful.
Hi, Estelle.
Hello, Estelle.
Estelle, do you like antiques? Because you have this. There is this wonderful guide who's working with you who is about connecting to old objects. The guide is working with you, connecting through feeling objects. It's called psychometry in the psychic sense, and I'm not saying you have to do that. What I'm saying is this is a time to reflect and connect with your past in a more philosophical and loving way, and maybe even to bring back or find objects that you used to possess and buy some versions of those and bring them back into your possession. Even if it's like you used to have a certain pair of shoes that you loved that were really in style at a certain time and you want to bring them back. It's older things. So that's why I use the word antique. Also, Estelle, you had a past life where there was you did a lot of handiwork. So that's crafting. Back then it wasn't like now we would say being crafty is like what, like needlepoint and like sewing and making quilts and making it could be anything, crafting, but back then it wasn't that.
Yeah, there was only limited stuff.
when we were in tribes it was different. So they were more artisans, they were doing things with their hands, and this is very important to you. There's also someone, Estelle, on the other side who is here. Two things I want to ask you. Was there a Jack or a Lewis connected to you? And number two, is there someone who really suffered with arthritis that was close to you, who's on the other side now? Okay. Also, there's a January birthday connected here. Also, there is someone here on the other side also who had great swelling and inflammation down the legs and in the ankles. So there's people in spirit around you. So I'm going to wait for those questions to be answered by you. But right now, it is about breathing into this next second chapter of your life. It is that you are now coming into, you're kind of an old soul. And what do we mean by an old soul? People ask me this all the time. They say they're an old soul. This simply means that you've had a lot of experiences. You've had very active lifetimes. It doesn't mean that you've been around here longer. You might have had just 10 lifetimes that were far more full of action than a person who had 30 lifetimes, but they weren't so busy, okay? So you've been busy for a while, Estelle.
All righty then.
All right, next one.
Hi guys, my name is Leora, and this is my first time. Welcome.
Hi, welcome.
Do you have any insights into my next romantic partnership? Thank you.
Oh, I love these questions. Well, yeah, I mean, listen, the garden is blooming, my friend. That's the first thing that I see with you. But it's like strap in, because this next one is going to be quite a ride. It is literally like the next person is an amusement park, and in an amusement park you have roller coasters and you have merry-go-rounds, but you also have the haunted house and the slingshot.
Yes, you do.
So it's going to be all of those things, this next person who's coming in for you. It's like expect the unexpected. It is, this person is out of the box, totally out of the box. Looks in the box. It's not by the looks that they're out of the box. It is their energy is, they're going to challenge you, and you're going to wonder why. Like, are they challenging me? Do they not like me? Are they doing something vindictive? Not at all. It's just this person's nature is to get to know you and want to ask you questions and see you in different situations. So, yeah, it's that's how you will recognize that person. And very beautiful violet purple energy around the aura of this person, which is usually kind of a sign of mysticism, some sort of mystical quality from what I hear.
The purple aura?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Next.
Okay, so, all right.
Also, there is a name of Desmond that I need to talk about. Desmond.
So,
guys, spirit shout out, guys. Just get your attention. The name Desmond, if that means something to you, please let me know.
So
all right.
There's some confirmations on a message before Leora.
Okay.
It's for Estelle. So she says, yes, I've been told often I'm an old soul. And she had an uncle with arthritis.
Okay. Well, he was on the other side saying hello to you. Okay. Thank you for the confirmation. Yeah, it's great,
you guys. Confirmations are great.
Yes.
Okay. So we just did Kimberly? No. Did we?
No, we're doing Kimberly right now.
Okay. Kimberly, either my guides or spirit animals I have been hoping for a message from. Love you both. Thank you.
Oh, thank you for the love. Kimberly?
Yes.
Okay. Kimberly, I feel like, really, if I were to tell you how I feel about the situations in life right now with you, it is like you're in a period of your life where you're really connecting to the most innocent, childlike version of yourself, who is, imagine a little kid who's reaching for a toy on the top shelf, and the kid is thinking about, how do I get up there? I see the toy, I'm almost there. Should I put my foot on this shelf? What if I put my foot on the shelf and the whole shelf falls and the books fall? Or maybe I just put my foot on it for a second and I grab the toy and I jump back down. You know, there's something really sweet, beautiful, and innocent about that. Even if the shelf comes crashing down, at least you got the toy. And this is a good message, because what it's saying is, trust the part of you that has I call it, it is a powerful naivete. It's called beginner's magic. You know, some people say beginner's luck. I call it beginner's magic, because you're coming into it with this wonderful, open mental state, because you don't know if you can do something, and all you know is you want to do it. And in that simplicity, magic gets created. That's why little kids' drawings, they're so fun, because it comes straight from their truth. And you're going to be doing that. And that's what's happening to you right now. And so don't worry about if your creations are a bit sloppy or you fall, you know, metaphorically speaking. That's okay. I'm also curious, have you had any time to spend by the Great Lakes? I don't even know what the names of the Great Lake. What are the names of the Great Lakes?
Oh, well, since you asked.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. What are the names of the Great Lakes area? Does that mean anything to you, Kimberly? Also, yes. Interesting. I'm seeing a past life where you were a small Asian boy, and it's a very you grew up around kind of the aristocracy, meaning a ruling class, but you were a little kid in it, and you were getting to see how all of these people created their society on the governmental level. It's very specific, this message I'm giving, but they're showing it to me for a reason. So just bear with me and keep listening. What that lifetime was about and why it's important now is that these next 3 to 5 years, you're going to be surrounded by people that you're going to really learn from. They may not be your friends, but they're going to be within earshot of you, and where you can get to understand how to create things and how things work, and also what not to do, not just what to do. So a very good time, not right now, but into middle of next year, I see a wave of new desire, new direction, very organic, very authentic. Great.
Okay, the next.
By the way, I was just curious, how's your sweet tooth? Do you have a spirit guide who's like tossing jelly beans, like Easter jelly beans, your way? It's always a beautiful kind of visual, because it's usually about like tasting the sweetness of life right now.
Okay, so
yes.
Next person's first name apparently is M-Y, which is my.
Okay.
Is what we're assuming. Last name Wilkinson. Do you see what career path I might be taking, or if I'll find a partner?
Oh, is that all?
Yeah.
Love and career for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Sure, why not? Just type it into the Live Psychic Sundays. Well, we do career and giant life decisions here. Why not? When someone asks me what career they should be in, I really look into see what I see their strengths are. Okay. I actually see that you are a listener. That if one might say, oh, like a therapist, yeah, but sometimes the person who listens is the person who is, doing your hair.
Right.
Okay. Or, by the way, the hairstylists, many of them end up becoming quite psychic and therapists themselves. They just don't realize what's happening. They're just exhausted at the end of the day. But I also see something that has to do with it's health related in the field of health, but with people. So it could be with caregiving. It could be with a wellness spa. It could be, those are both are caregiving. One is caregiving for like people who need like elderly or hospice and then another caregiving is a wellness spa is caregiving also. So what do you want to be around more? Some people want to go this way or that way. So something in there for you. Okay.
The next question is from Rain. For me, Rain Monet. Oriah, any advice on someone trying to strengthen self-worth, especially someone who has never been shown their own worth? So
let's just take a pause here. I need to breathe after hearing that one.
Okay.
Can you read that one slowly?
Yes. Oriah, any advice on someone trying to strengthen self-worth, especially someone who has never been shown their own worth? I do have some answers. Now, for each person, I get a different kind of download. So in your case, what I'm getting is we're going to take a simple approach. And it's kind of an exercise that you can do for activation to get things moving so that you can start seeing yourself in a new light, which is important, especially if you have never been shown what self-worth looks like and no one around you demonstrates self-worth and you have zero data. So the best way to start is it's kind of like there's this joke because we saw it on Seinfeld, but it really works.
We did.
Costanza said.
My ears perked up. Seinfeld, what?
Costanza said that one episode, the famous episode that we love, that nothing's working in his life, so he's going to do everything the opposite, and it should all work.
Watch it, guys.
Brilliant. Yeah. That was my first.
The episode is called The Opposite.
So that was my first introduction to spirituality, was that episode. I was desperate at my wit's end. I remember vividly the scene. I was on my knees, just came from work. I still had my jacket on. I had my work clothes, and I sat down on the floor. It happened to be on. I sat down. I remember he was wearing the red, big, poofy jacket, right? And so
I don't remember.
I sit down on the floor. I still had my jacket on, and I was just watching like this, just anything. I'll get a message from a commercial. I don't care. I was so desperate for information.
Like, universe, send me a sign.
Please.
And it shows up.
And this episode came in, and Costanza said, Jerry, I figured it out. Every single thing I do doesn't work. Every single thing I do fails.
And then Jerry said, so why don't you do the opposite?
Brilliant idea.
Of every natural instinct that you have.
The light bulb went off, you guys, in my head at that time. I had stepped away from religion years before. I was really on my own. One of my parents died young, and I just was lost. And as soon as he said that, I just went, wow, I never thought of that. I've never looked under that rock. Let me try it.
Right.
And I started doing it. I actually started doing the opposite of everything I was doing, or thinking the opposite of everything I was thinking. And it literally is like when you pull a truck out of the mud, like you get a tow and you pull, the tires in the back are spinning and the mud is flying, and you pull that truck out of the mud, and lo and behold, slowly that huge truck started coming out of the mud. And I started to see myself differently because I was putting myself in different situations, saying different things to myself, and it was bare basics. I mean, sometimes you have to start from there. You have to start from just step one, classroom one, we're starting with the first curriculum, and this sometimes is the best thing to get things going. And what happens is you'll find yourself in situations and with people that will start talking to you differently. You're going to start seeing yourself differently. You'll wake up to a new version of yourself, and you will find this self-worth you're talking about. You just have to get out of the paradigm that you're in right now. That's the key, is you have to start removing these constructs and these heavy brick layers and construction site that you have been in, that you can't see yourself properly.
And you begin to repeat that story, right? Right now, you were able to just form that question and probably somewhat casually just type that in. I'm sure that it's not the first time that you've expressed this question.
Yes.
And what you're doing is you are repeating and you are kind of re-engraving these words into your system where you keep saying, I have no self-worth, I have no self-worth, I have no self-worth. Well, you have enough self-worth to express it, right? You have something in you to be able to say it.
Sometimes
right?
I think when people say that, they actually don't realize that the cells are recording what they're saying.
Words create worlds.
So they're saying it,
words create worlds.
Kind of like, when you say like, I have a stomach ache. Like, it's no big deal. You're just like, I don't feel good. You don't really think about it. But when you start to become really aware of your self-creation, those little statements become big statements.
If there's anything we will share with you guys and go over, it is how to reprogram yourself. We are programmable beings. Everything we do is because we've programmed ourselves or somebody else has programmed us. But what we have is the ability to deprogram and reprogram.
Because we're programmable
Exactly.
beings.
Thank you. All right, next question. Any spirit shout-outs, Erica?
No, not yet.
Do we need to repeat some of these spirit shout-outs? What's going on?
The Marseille one.
Yeah, Marseille, France. Is that of any relevance to someone who's listening? Because there's someone here who wants to bring that forward. Also, I have a date. What is the date you want me to say? April 4th. April 4th is the date I need to talk about. This is a date of relevance to you. Please let me know. The 4th of April. Thank you. Okay.
All right, next. Okay, Bernadette. Riz, can you please describe to us what you see when you give shout outs? Do you see with lights or physical things?
I see with physical things. They will spell it out sometimes just like the way you would see something written in when you type an email. It'll just come straight across my brain this way. Or they will show me the physical object like they showed me earlier, the crystal candle holder for Lori B. Other times they will show me... so Bernadette, they actually show it to me. And for some people, that's how it just works for me. Doesn't mean that's the only way. For some people, they get it as a flavor. They get it as they'll taste the thing that they need to talk about, right?
Yeah, you do taste it. Have you ever tasted colors? Have you ever tasted
there was a candy called Fun Dip when I was a kid that was all colors.
Not like tasting colors. How am I wanting
Who remembers Fun Dip? Just give me a shout out right now. Fun Dip was...
He's healthy in every other way, you guys, I swear. But boy, does he love sugar.
No, I don't ever eat sugar.
I know, but you talk about it incessantly.
Spirit shout out.
Spirit shout out.
Jennifer D. Her grandfather, Robert, who went by Bobby, passed on April 4th, 2003.
What do you know? So Bobby is going to be coming through. I'm so glad that you remember your grandfather's date of rebirth, crossing the rainbow bridge, as we say. He salutes you. He is kind of the groundskeeper wherever you live. He will circle the house. He says he will circle the house and give it protection and love. And you're doing some deep healing work on yourself, and he knows this. And he's supporting this. What is her name again?
Jennifer D.
Jennifer, do you have a husband? Because your grandfather is referring to a man to the side of you. usually that, to me, that represents a partner or husband. But he's giving love to this person as well. Also, Bobby is Robert, but there's also connection to a Richard as well. Was he military? Jennifer, was he military? All right.
Kimberly is...
That's for another spirit.
Okay.
All right, let's move forward.
The other spirit shout out.
Oh, another spirit shout out. What we got?
Okay, so
Marseille, finally.
Kimberly Hodge. Her grandfather, and I think grandmother too, immigrated.
It's female. Okay.
Okay, well, the grandma and the grandpa both immigrated from Marseille. Edville was the grandfather's name. He passed in 1999. I'm not getting the grandmother yet.
Okay. Who's not getting the grandmother? You're saying that, or she's saying that?
She hasn't given me the grandma's name.
Okay. Well, anyway, they are with you, and they stressed it twice. I said it maybe 20 minutes ago, and they came back, and it's like they came through with that. So they are sending their love. They're doing very well. And have you visited Marseille? And if they haven't, you should go. And that's the message. So get a little France trip going. You can't go wrong.
This is right about the time when we start giving people a little heads up about some of the openings that we have in some of our retreats.
Let's talk about events. Let's do a little events thing, guys.
And right off the top of my head, I can't do it, so you're going to have to do it.
Number one thing is we are coming to the East Coast to do a shaman healing weekend this fall, and we have one or two spots left for the Arizona Shaman Healing Weekend. So you come in, it's 2 days. The first night is a channeling circle. The next day is a shaman medicine journey, and it is a small private group in a beautiful space. So if you're anywhere near Arizona, you can drive over and be a part of it. And if you respond to this now, you get a little discount from me to you as a welcome. And so that's in the fall. And the other one in the fall is on the East Coast in Virginia. So if you're interested in that, that's amazing.
And our last one was amazing. You guys can go to the community tab and see all the pictures. There's reviews. It was really incredible.
Yep.
There's people who are on our chat right now that actually went. We've been meeting a lot of you guys. I don't know if you're aware of this, but in some of our retreats and journeys.
Yeah, you guys have been showing up to them.
You guys from the chats, from YouTube, have been coming to us and visiting and watching and joining us and meeting us. It's been really fun.
So we love it. It's amazing. Then we have next. Oh, wait. Oh, I think is the Joshua Tree UFO retreat full, right?
No,
I think we
have one spot.
We have a spot left.
We have a spot left for October weekend. Joshua Tree stargazing UFO night watch in Joshua Tree Forest.
And
with us.
Cool this retreat is.
Yep, amazing food. I'm going to be staying at a great place, and we have this one is small. Okay, like when we lead people to different countries like Egypt, those groups are like 20 to 25 people at a time. It's an incredible trip. Seeing the pyramids with us, we teach you about the ancient ways of Kemet, which was the original name of Egypt, and we share with you all of the downloads that we get about Egypt.
So many people have past lives in Egypt. It's amazing.
That is true, and there's and I want to talk about that one day. We are going to be in Joshua Tree in October, so we have a spot left. It is an ET channeling retreat. I channel the extraterrestrial interdimensional beings who go by the name of the Echelon, also known as the Friends. If you haven't read my book, The Echelon Speak, you can get it on Amazon, and it is a direct question and answer session with these interdimensional extraterrestrial guides. I channel them when we're down there. We will do a night sky watch with the night vision goggles. No one else is around. We are 8 miles into the center of Joshua Tree National Forest. We have our lawn chairs, we have our snacks, we have our water bottles and our blankets, and you're going to be gazing up, and you're going to see the sky the way your ancestors saw them 500, 1,000 years ago. Because you will see all of the planetary systems, and you will see every single time we see unidentified craft. And what I mean by identified craft, I mean like ET craft.
Zipping.
Yeah, I mean ET craft. Yes. And we do meditations and call them in.
Yes.
We will also show you which are planes, which are satellites, and then you yourself will see the spinning, changing shape, darting across the sky, making right angle turns, ships. Joshua Tree is a vortex of this. It is a hot spot. And we have, by the way, guys, if you can't make it to the Arizona Shaman Weekend, or you're not near the East Coast, guess what? We do come to you. You can organize one of these weekends at your own home city. You can, as long as you get, I think it's 10 people. And
this is for a limited time only, you guys.
We're only doing this for the next 6 to 9 months. Because we have another schedule of other stuff we're doing, but we're doing this for that time period.
Chance to have us in your neck of the woods, and we could lead your group in a private shamanic journey.
And the channeling. So reach out to Erica for that, and she'll set up a little call with you and walk you through what the whole thing is. So we'd love to be with you guys. And this is what we do, what we've been doing for close to, my God, over 15 years, close to 20 years now, being in transformational work through metaphysics, through psychic work, through spirit guide work, through personal transformation and healing. And we ain't going to stop. This is why we are here. The whole world is starting to realize that peace and freedom is inside of them. And that's it.
We were talking about these topics when it was not cool. It was not interesting. Nope. People were like, what are you guys talking about?
That's
now
right. People
are like, wait a minute. You guys have been talking about this a long time. We're like, we told you. We've been telling you for a long time.
Yeah.
We're like the OGs over here. Okay, so next question. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay, Julie Campbell. Do my guides have any advice for my channeling practice? I'm just starting out.
100%. Look, when I can give channeling advice in my sleep, but you asked me, do your guides have channeling advice? So I'm going to just drop in and see if I can receive a message from your guides about this. Yes, one of the things that will benefit you, for you specifically, did you say Julie?
Yes.
For you, Julie, would be putting your hands in the soil. So if you could start a garden, and I don't mean you have to buy a piece of land. If you've got it, use it. But even if you just buy a small planter this big that you put on in your window, but it is about putting your fingers in the soil. It is about watering it and watching it grow. It is about this connection with nature. Now, why? Because in nature, in the soil, the network goes into the soil and it carries light. It is what you're doing. You are like, it's like spiritual photosynthesis. It's like you are receiving, plants receive light from the sun as they grow deeper into the soil and absorb the nutrients beneath them. That's what channeling is, right? It is not you're just reaching out, you're also sinking deep into your own deepest realms of consciousness and grounding. You know what, because you have to ground.
Your guides are constantly saying that when you're channeling, they tell us all the time that it's very, very gentle and soft and Riz has to be very quiet and very still and very sensitive.
Yeah.
It's a very soft experience. It's not, you can't muscle your way through.
No, even when a spirit guide comes through, has huge energy.
Full trust.
Yes.
And then making sure that your gatekeeper teaches you and helps you to keep your no nefarious characters, you know.
And these are all good basic channeling things, but what I want to give to her is what her guide's saying about her specifically. So there are the basics of channeling, but for you specifically, it's that. For some people, try this. Get a hula hoop. They're showing me a hula hoop. And that movement of hooping allows you to be in a rhythm that, you know, it's almost like the hoop moves you, but you are also moving the hoop. And that's what channeling is. This is very specific for you to do. This will help to loosen you up. Again, don't go crazy with it. Just use it as a tool. Meaning, don't go crazy with me. Like, you don't have to become fanatical about this is the only way to do it. But you asked me what your guides wanted you to do, and this is what they're showing.
All right, here we go.
Your spirit animal, by the way, is the beluga whale. Okay, look it up.
Yes. And everybody, a little shout out to Buckshot Paul. He is such a wonderful welcoming committee, and Paul, it doesn't go unnoticed, and we appreciate it, and it's very sweet. And we did get to meet Paul in person. He did come to the Virginia Shaman Weekend Experience. I think he might join us for the next one, and it's been very special.
You got to do it, Paul. Come on.
Hanging out with some of you guys like Amy and Rogue and Anita. There's a lot of you, Bernadette, everybody who's been here from the beginning, and we really appreciate it.
Yeah, we love you guys, and thank you
that you guys are here.
Yeah, for sure.
Helping us. Okay, so next one, Carolyn Starr. Question. First time, I would love to know when my divine counterpart is entering my reality. Does he have a message for me whenever he is?
Well, he's a wizard, and you're calling him, and you know that he is, and that's what he's about. He's out there in the, he's in a few battles right now is what I'm getting. And it's going to be a good year before he is showing up for you in the way that you can actually be a part of that. It's at least a year away is what I see. He's got some battles, and you'll see when you meet him and he tells you about what has happened. I assume it's a he, but they just showed to me as the partner. Okay. You had an interesting life, by the way. You had a life where you were a kind of a cartographer, meaning those people who made maps. Mm-hmm. Interesting. You should practice calligraphy. That would be a great way for you to focus some of this powerful romantic energy. Maybe write something in calligraphy, like an invitation to this loved one in the future. Say, I invite you to a wonderful, easygoing, fun-filled, open and accepting dialogue of joy, love, and interesting conversations awaiting you. That would be good. That's kind of making magic. And wizards like that kind of psychic connection. So then you'll call that person in. I love it.
So the message before this one, Julie Campbell, she says that the beluga whale is actually her favorite animal. She can't believe you said the beluga whale. Hey, you guys, we can also give you messages from loved ones who have passed over of the fur kind. So if you have any fur babies or fur friends that you would love to get a message from them on the other side, we'd be more than happy.
Or Furbies.
Great animal communicator.
Do you remember Furbies?
Oh, my God.
Wait, was Furbies?
Furbies like a
short for fur babies?
Thing? I don't know.
Wait, I'm having a crazy moment right now. Do you remember Furbies? In the late 90s, it was this annoying little toy
with
that would talk. It was like haunted. It would start talking in the middle of the day.
I hated it.
If you guys don't know what Furbies are,
Cabbage Patch Kids, haunted too.
No, really? You thought Cabbage Patch was haunted?
There's been stories. Who remembers the Cabbage Patch haunted side of things? Okay, so here's the
Wait, I want to say about Furbies.
Okay, go ahead.
So Furbies were this little toy that was out like in the late 90s that would start talking out of nowhere. Do you remember that, Erica?
Oh, do I?
And anyway, I think now that that must be short for fur babies. Furbies.
Oh my God.
All right.
True.
I like to be fascinated by these things. Apparently, you guys don't find it to be as fascinating.
We told all our personal fur babies to leave us alone tonight. Because
you notice they're not here?
Yeah, because they like to be a part of the whole thing.
I was not having it tonight.
We just needed to take a break from that. So that's why everybody is gone. Our little toy cup, Yorkie is sleeping, Rocket, the cats are put away.
I have a question for you guys. I would love to know you guys' favorite, what television show, not movie, but what television show currently or in the last 10 years do you consider to be the most magical? I'd love to know, because I'm always looking for new suggestions of what to explore. I'll say mine.
Well, there's a question. Carolyn Starr says, I wonder what you meant by battle. Is that for us?
What I meant by battle was, I don't mean physical battle. I mean that going through like the dark night of the soul. That's what I mean by battle. Okay.
Somebody had a Furby. Their son had a Furby and a Teddy Ruxpin, both haunted.
Teddy
both
Ruxpin.
Dolls. No, just kidding. Listen, I have to talk about why I feel that the Cabbage Patch situation had a little bit of a haunting. There was haunted Cabbage Patch dolls. People have a lot of stories around that. So here's why. Here's what I think happened. There was such a frenzy that people were putting, because they were supposed to be adopted.
Wow, I know where you're going with this.
Yeah,
I never thought about that.
Well, there was adoption papers. There was the first time like you felt like they were real, like everybody was.
Are you saying we breathed life into the Cabbage Patch dolls because we were so crazy for them?
Was these freaking dolls were being so worshipped, like to such a degree
that they made it real.
That literally people were seeing them like move their heads and blink their eyes, all kinds of crazy stuff. You guys could look it up on the internet. It was such a crazy phenomenon. But I think it's because the consciousness, like everybody just pushed so much energy into these dolls, and
you breathed life into them, and then it came back to get you.
Glowworms that got my youngest kids through their nighttime.
Me too.
Yeah.
I loved my glowworm.
You had a glowworm?
I did. I loved glowworm. I did.
Okay.
How is it that I have kids with glowworms and then you had a glowworm?
They were older than me.
Well, they were classic.
But you're 10 years younger than me.
They came out way before your kids.
So sick.
I have a spirit shout out. Look, I know we're winding down to the last 20 minutes, but I want to say I got one more spirit shout out.
Oh, man.
So there's someone here on the other side that they used to do this, like they would like walk by you and they would like grab you and like make a honking sound, or they would make a honking sound, like I don't know, like a beep beep, or like a grab your nose and go honk, like that with your nose. They're showing me they would do that to you. If that's you, come get your message.
We have some questions for people who would like to get messages from their fur babies.
Let's do it.
Okay, so Connie Phillips.
Yes.
I am Connie. Is there a message from Shiba Lu Starbucks?
That has to be a cat.
Okay, Shiba Lu Starbucks is the name of one of the animals. And the other one is, or Jessie Ray Vaughn. My beloved fur babies, please.
Aww.
And if you...
Well, can you tell me what the animal is? Yeah. I assume that Sheba is a cat, but I don't know if Jessie Ray Vaughn is a cat.
Yeah.
I just sent you one.
So let me know.
Yeah, let us know. Okay, next one is... Oh, it's so funny. Nobody's saying exactly what the animal is, but they're saying...
Yeah, tell me what the animal is.
So Rachel... Yeah.
No, the one after that.
Okay. My kiddo Lala would like to know if Kiki, our guinea pig, has any messages for them.
Oh.
Kiki passed 2.5 years ago.
Kiki, immediately. Kiki loved being fed. Did you hand feed Kiki? Because Kiki loved the hand feeding. Kiki was a little greedy with the food too, by the way. Loved the kisses. Loved the little scratches, like that.
So I got Connie.
And yes, Kiki is 100% around you, and is... So when animals cross to the other side, sometimes they take a larger form, especially when they're a small animal. They show themselves to me as bigger. Curious if you live near like a park with around water. Like, do you walk around this? Do you go to this park? Because Kiki is the one who wants you to, is going to be like your nature guide. Kiki's going to be with you when you're walking into nature, when you're taking trips to where all the tall trees are. Yeah. She wants to be like, they hand fed her? Yeah.
Loved it.
Okay,
she loved it.
So
yeah, all these animals have consciousness. They connect. Yeah.
Connie. With the fun names.
Sheba.
Those are dogs.
Oh,
they're both
a
dogs.
dog named Sheba. Why do I think a cat's named Sheba? Don't you think that's like a cat name? Okay, thank you.
So their short names were Sheba Lu and Jessie Ray.
Thank you. Sheba Lu and Jessie Ray. Very southern. Well, I want to tell you something, that Sheba Lu has a flower in her hair. It's almost like a, those garland of flowers, like a little crown of flowers that people would wear on, is it like when you have the maypole?
Yeah.
Those little flowers?
Yes.
So Sheba has that on her head that she's showing me. Very, very pretty animal. Very pretty soul. They love when you dance and sing. So dance and sing more around the kitchen time. When you're in the kitchen, like when you would make the food, when you prepare the food for them, it's like you were filled with this joy of, as they were like waiting and waiting, like they're showing me they were always waiting for that food to happen. It's like, keep that spring in your step yourself. Courtney is her name?
I was moving on to something else, so I can't answer that.
Was her name Courtney? Connie, sorry. Connie, keep that like spring in your step that they gave you. They want you to always be in keeping that spring in your step. And so you don't stop walking, you don't stop moving your body. You have to be as active as they are in now they're in the spiritual realm, not really the physical realm. So they're there for that. Curious side note, did one of your neighbors, like their garage door broke or something? Or all the garbage cans got knocked over? I know it's nothing. Everything I say is random, but it's not random. Just curious. Because they saw this. Like they've patrolled the neighborhood. Okay.
I think there might be a spirit shadow.
Spirit shout out, might be.
Jewel James.
Jewel James.
My grandpa Frank.
Yes.
Passed away in the 90s.
Speak louder so people can hear.
My grandpa Frank, who passed away in the 90s, used to honk her nose.
Yes, of course that's a spirit shout out.
I couldn't remember exactly what
I said somebody used to walk by and honk your nose. That's literally what I said. Scroll back.
Sorry.
So, and her name is what?
Jewel.
Jewel. And his name is? Hank?
Frank.
Hank or Frank?
Frank.
So Frank is honking your nose again, Jewel. He loves you, clearly. He's always with you. He wanted to show you something specific like that. Thank you.
Okay, Rachel D. I would absolutely love a message from my past fur baby, Angel. The name of the dog is Bella. She passed in 2012, and I miss her dearly every day. I wish she had a life. I wish I had a life that she can come back and join me in again right now.
Oh, right. Well, it won't be this lifetime. One thing I want to say to you guys, and Oriah and I both feel the same way on this topic, is yes, there's a mourning period when you lose your animals. We love our animals too, and we understand it's like losing a member of the family. But I really, really believe that very soon after an animal passes, you should get another animal. Because number one, we have animals that really need homes. And number two, it is showing your gratitude that you get to be a nurturer and a caretaker. It's a gift that you're being given, and you're returning that gift into the world with compassion, with love, with kindness, and humbleness. And they become your friends. You start to care. You want to keep the love energy going. And if anything that our pets that have crossed over have taught us is how to become more loving. So you have more love to give after that animal passes on. Of course, you have to have a mourning period. You'll always mourn and grieve over the loss of your fur baby. But get another one, and you can do it. They give you energy. They don't, as much as they use energy up, they also give you that energy back 100-fold.
You know how normally you don't give messages to people who've crossed over for at least 6 months after they acclimate?
Yeah.
Is it the same for animals?
No, it's not the same for animals. Yeah.
Okay, so I have a question.
But I'm not done with this. I haven't given the message yet.
Oh, you haven't? Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry.
She said my baby Angel, and what was the name of this baby Angel?
Bella.
The dog?
The dog.
Yeah.
She loves to be under the covers. I don't know if this is... Did you ever wrap things around your dog's head like a bonnet? Because Bella is showing me she's so cute. She's literally... Her face is in the middle of a sunflower. That's the way she's showing it to me. And it's like this bonnet. It's this very magical image I'm seeing. Imagine the face in the middle of a sunflower, and then the petals of the sunflower becoming like this little bonnet that's hugging her head like this.
That is so cute.
Did you like to do that? To her? She is
She was very sensitive, by the way, to smells. I know that dogs have a strong sense of smell, but I mean sensitive to smells. Like she can't be around smoke, and this, it really bothered her. Also, I was curious, did Bella have any inclination to constantly want to go into under the cabinets, under the kitchen sink, or that area? Because she still comes around from time to time. Side message for you, Connie.
Let me scroll back. Rachel.
Sorry.
Rachel D.
Sorry, Rachel. You know how it happens. Don't worry, I'm still tuned into Bella. Rachel's with Bella, right?
Yes.
Okay. Side note for you. The metal copper is very, very good for you. And I would add it to maybe getting a copper bracelet, or sometimes they have copper drinking glasses or cups, that you can use. Just a side little message for you. It'll magnify your energy. Yeah, your spirit guides are working on strengthening your joints. I don't know if you have any issue. Maybe you twisted it or broke it or something, and you're healing an injury, but it's like the strengthening of the joints. Even wearing magnet copper bracelets, like copper bracelets with magnets in them, will be good for you. Okay.
Okay, so Ollie. So we always don't. Allie?
That was Allie.
Allie T. lost my dog Murphy of 15 years a week ago today.
Well, Murphy is literally, I want to say, the chief of police, basically, of all dogs. Murphy is truly a mature guardian spirit. Mature guardian. Murphy is not a baby. Murphy is a guardian spirit. Almost really like this feels so much like a person, I can't even tell you. This dog, Murphy, could actually understand most animals understand just basic emotions. No, Murphy could understand more complex emotions. Very special animal. You're very fortunate to have such a teacher with you. With you, not was with you still. He wants you to, I don't know if you have time wherever you live, if you're around snow, but it would be good for you this winter to be in beautiful winter, like a winter resort area, if you can get there, where someplace where you can go on a snowmobile, or even go on a dog sled ride, or you can, not skiing. It's much more passive than that, right? But he wants you to experience that, enjoying the seasons. Also, was there someone who was a big baker, someone who was baking when Murphy was alive, who baked all the time? Or did you bring baked goods home a lot? There's something with him and that topic. I don't know what it is, but he's bringing it up to me.
So
okay.
Going back to the message before this one was Rachel D. And she said yes, that she loved to be under the covers, that she dressed her in cute costumes, and yes, she had a couple headpieces, and she loved her warm clothing. She was only 5 to 6 pounds.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So cute.
Oh, man.
Okay.
All right.
So
let's do some.
We're winding down. Everybody.
We're winding down.
We have a few more. So we have either more.
Let's go back to regular questions.
Regular questions. Yeah. Okay.
And are there any new people? Anyone who's a first timer hasn't asked a question before?
Yes. Kim. Hi, Kim. Hello, what do my guides say about my art business and love? Thank you. I'm from the BX and seen you on Next Level Soul.
From the Bronx. Oh, wow. Where in the Bronx are you from? All right. Let me drop in my art business. Well, you have a good sense of symmetry, design. I see that, but the next 6 months are really going to be where you are starting to understand where maybe there were some little moves that could have been more neatly done. I don't mean artistically, I mean business-wise. I feel like there are this is the way I'm going to put it. Imagine if you're vacuuming a rug, and then you're vacuuming, and then you finish, and then you realize you missed a bunch of spots. It's not doesn't mean the sky is going to fall, but you don't notice it till the next day. So this time period, I want you to pay attention here. This time period of the next 6 to 9 months, going into from now to March of next year, is you're going to kind of have a better vision vision meaning looking at yourself and being able to say, oh, how come I didn't do that? Oh, that was not the way I was supposed to do that. It's supposed to be done like this. But you can't rush that, you see. You can't rush having... you can't rush the spring to come when it is summer. It's like you got to wait to go through the autumn and the winter to get back to spring. So trust this time period. Don't rush right now. What you want to do is be able to notice things and look at things and ask questions. Ask people around you. Say, what would you do if you were me? And just listen. Even if they say 10 crazy things that you would never do, the 11th thing they say, you might go, but you got something there that is speaking to me. Okay? This is what is going to happen. I do feel that you need a reset. You need a fresh perspective on how you're seeing this. And that has to come from you, and it can only come from you going through this next 6 to 9 months in this period. Okay? But I like it. It really feels good after that. Feels like now you say, okay, I got that second wind. Now I really know what to do with it, even if it's been, 9 years of it.
All right. So we're going to take a couple more questions. So, and we stopped taking questions for the night, but I have already some pulled aside that we're going to go through.
All right.
So Beth Schuler, I've never had a question answered. Do I have a message from my mom? Found you on Next Level Soul. It would be great to go on a retreat. And you know what? Because I didn't let Erica pick that one, we didn't get the mom's name. So Beth, please give us your mom's name. Next question, Kathy Arnott. Hi, first time in chat. I'm from Montana. Would love a message from my guides, please.
You have a Native American guide working with you. Let me get what the name is. I always get the translation of the name. The way that I would translate this. It's the time, well, I was about to say the time period of when the sun is coming up, that's dawn. Okay, so it's like whatever the word would be for dawn. That's one of your guides. She is a priestess, medicine woman working with you. She walks gently. She's saying, I walk gently. Oh, maybe that's the name. Like walking gently, meaning softly. There's an old saying that says, walk softly, carry a big stick. What that simply means is that be in your power, but be gentle. So that means there's a phrase you could use and use it in situations where you need to get a point across, or for someone to be really heard by someone. So it is that you are as gentle as possible, but as firm as necessary. So as firm as necessary. Pay attention to that. Don't be over firm. Don't be a hard ass. What we're saying is just as firm as necessary, right? Even this guy, he's as firm as necessary to hold the water within him. Doesn't mean that it's steel, okay? So firm as necessary, gentle as possible. And I would just call her Dawn, or Dawn walks gently. That's the way I would describe this native. Isn't that a beautiful name?
I love that.
It takes me time to drop in because there's kind of a translation going, because they're using visual to get this across, because I don't speak other languages in that sense, Sometimes I channel those other languages, but not that. Also, what was her name? Kathy. There is a someone on the other side who I don't know if they passed away from this, but certainly this had major stomach issues going on, or they were throwing up a lot before they passed away. There was something going on there. This person is on the other side and is around you as part of, I believe, part of the family. They're present as you are connecting to me. This other question, they're there. throw away anything rusted or broken in your house. Rusted or broken, rusted is always something that's metal. Anything that's rusted over, just get rid of it. You don't need it. Out with the old.
Kathy says, my dad. I don't know what that is in reference.
Your dad had the stomach thing?
Oh, okay.
Well, he wants you to throw. I don't know if your dad ever tinkered in the garage and fixed things, if he was that kind of dad that worked with metal or parts or tools or whatever it is. But he's all about decluttering.
Are you ready to... Are you finished?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, so I'm going to go back to
He has
Beth.
a lot. He loves you so much. I was just feeling that. Yeah.
Okay.
Beth.
I don't want to cut you off from a daddy's love.
Yeah.
Never.
Okay. It's good now.
Okay. Beth Schuler. So her mother's name is...
Dell.
Can you pronounce it, Erica?
Joan Dell.
Okay. And she crossed 4 years ago.
That's the first and last name, Joan
No,
Dell.
it's spelled one word.
Name like Joan.
Joan Dell.
Joan Dell.
Oh, okay. And her name is Beth.
Yes.
And the mother, Joan Dell, passed on how long ago?
4 years ago.
Oh, wow. In 2020, was it during lockdown? Wow, that's really heavy. Yeah, when we deal with that. Let me ask if there's a message. Well, first of all, I want to say is that she has, I don't know if she was like this here, but certainly on the other side, she has a very fantastic sense of style, but simple, not like overdone. She's all about the simplicity, but clean lines and she has a beautiful dress on with chunky jewelry. That's the only way I can describe it. That's what she's like. She's in this gorgeous, beautiful version of herself. Hair is done, updo, by the way. And she got to be, and she's getting to be in that. By the way, I was curious, Beth, if anybody in your family is working in education or healthcare, because she's showing me that, someone that she's trying to get message there to, or to recognize as I'm saying hello to that person and extending love to that person, and of course to you, because you're the one asking the questions, but she wants you to know that about her. Also, she's making me feel as if she hopes that you really understood her, that she never, if she said anything ever to you that you took to heart in a bad way, that hurt your feelings, it's not, she didn't mean it, and she didn't really realize what she was saying, okay? And that not to ever really focus on those things, because what she focuses on is, I'm going to call this like the Grand Canyon of love. The Grand Canyon of love. Imagine love is this vast canyon with so many different valleys and crevices and rivers down there. There's so much to explore in this, and that's the kind of love that she has for you. Also, I want to tell you that I was curious if she had any memory loss or anything that was going on with her brain before she passed.
She was a teacher, and that the mother was a teacher, and she was a caregiver.
Oh, there you go. Thank you. So you know it's her. Okay.
So you guys,
wow, what a night!
Closing tonight, I would like to say a few words. If you are feeling a wonderful sense of community, or if you are feeling just general warmth, or you are feeling love, or you're feeling good feelings, yes, it's a tribute to our time here together, but remember, it comes from within, so you can carry it all through the week. And you can always tap into it. You can always go back to our channel, watch our previous shows. Just know that we're always sending love out into the universe, into the world, into all of your homes. And we always think about you guys. And so we're here for you. If you have any questions, please contact us at info@rizmirza.com. And Erica will be handling all of that.
Yeah, and when you have a
Come to our
chance,
retreats, come meet us, spend time with us, journey with us.
Let us
help you help yourself.
Flip through the website and see all the cool pictures and things that we're offering. We've been building this community here in the Southern California area for so many years, and now we're really going across the country and across the world. and bringing it to you. And we thank you for giving us this opportunity to be with you guys and to share what we do with you and to feel your energy. We feel you and much appreciated.